Your superannuation is probably down 20% at the moment. It's normal, don't worry, I'll explain why. Hi, I'm Matt, the financial planner here at Mad Life. We're going to spend a little bit of time now talking about your superannuation account in relation to the market volatility based on what's happening in the US. Just want to explain a few different aspects of how this is normal, what you should do and what you shouldn't do today. So I just want to start with stepping back as to why your superannuation account has been affected. So at the moment, your balances are being invested on your behalf. So the fund itself has a group of very clever individuals who are deciding where to put your money. So there'll be some in Australian shares, so like the banks and the mining companies. There'll be some money in overseas shares like Apple, Nvidia, Tesla, that sort of things. And because the markets are currently very, very volatile, those companies are down, meaning your superannuation account is down. So this is a very normal thing, and I'll explain a bit more coming up. But just to explain why your account is down based on what's happening in the world, that's kind of where the correlation comes in. So the first thing to start with, this is normal. So coming off the back of COVID is a great example of what to do and what not to do. This will happen every 5 to 7 years. The reason will change, but it will occur. Market volatility is normal. So one little picture that I love to draw for a lot of our clients is the long-term performance. Looking back at the last 5 years of a long-term investment versus a short-term investment, those long-term investments that saw 30 to 40% drops over that COVID period have done significantly better than the short-term focused, low risk, low return options. So those that did nothing did the best. It's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market. There's some very good infographics and very good stats around it. Those that try to chop and change based on reactionary decisions on what they see in the news, they will be much worse off over the long run. In the description below, I'll put a link for a really good explanation of what I just said. The long-term performance of those that sit and be patient with the time on their side, the performance is significantly better. So have a look, apply yourself to this. And the message is no one has a crystal ball. No one knows when that day of significant improvement is coming. Because of that fact, relax, let the investments sort themselves out. Time is your friend. If you have an experience on this yourself, put in the comment box below around what you regret doing or what you're really glad that you didn't do, just to sort of, I guess, bring it back to closer to home as to how your experience based on market volatility has been for you. The decision as to what you should do personally is very, as I said, personal. When it comes to superannuation, because it's such a long-term investment, typically not something we can touch to at 60, time is generally your friend. So unless you're retiring in the next few years, the idea is to absolutely just sit back, watch, understand what's happening and the whys. So at the moment, the tariffs themselves creating a lot of uncertainty. Uncertainty is a bit scary for the share market. So what you could be seeing at the moment is a lot of drops. For accumulators, so in your 20s, 30s, 40s, even your 50s, it's actually a really good time to buy. In essence, you're buying what was $100 now at 60 or 70, with the understanding that in the next 2, 3, 5, 10 years, it's going to go back up to 100. So time is your friend, but time isn't the same for everybody. So you really need to consider that when looking at your superannuation balance at the moment. Just to build up on that point, time is the most considerate factor when it comes to investment decisions. In relation to your super, unless you're 60 or 65, you really shouldn't be too worried. If you are in that bucket or you're looking to retire sooner rather than later, or just generally really concerned, it would be a great time to reach out to the Mad Life team just to understand how the market's affecting you, to understand that in your position, and then just to feel comfortable that what your next steps are going to be the right move. What I'd like to finish with and just drive home the point on is that it still may go further. There's still a lot of uncertainty. We still don't know what's going to happen with the tariffs. Market volatility will continue to exist. So until a few things are clarified, fully expect things to be up 10% one day, down 10% the next. A lot of uncertainty. Your superannuation balances will chop and change. The main point to consider through this video, don't worry, that is normal. If you're in a position to put more money in, perfect. Reach out to the team. We'll make sure we can look to make sure it's a great investment decision. Timing may not be perfect, but based on where it was 12 months ago versus now, timing is still on your side. So as I said, might be more to come. Uncertainty still exists. Don't worry. You're still young, you're still accumulating. your superannuation will continue to grow. So if you'd like to reach out just to make sure that applies to you in your personal position, don't hesitate. If you like this video or you found this helpful or you've had any further questions, please put some questions in the comment box below. And it'd be also great if you could like, subscribe, and turn on the bell for our Mad Life videos. That's all from Matt today. Thank you.